Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Woo! Woo! Aaliyah is back on streaming. She's back on streaming. Well, not back. She was never there, but she is on streaming, and I'm hyped. Kyrie, I'm hyped. And we getting more and more of her music as the weeks come. I'm telling you, bro. I'm so excited, Nick. I'm waiting for that. Are you that somebody? I'm not my somebody. Or that rock the boat, rock the boat, rock the boat. What? What? Welcome to the podcast with a new name. We decided the old name wasn't fit enough. It was too long. Like Kyrie, pause. Let's not worry about that.
He said it, not me.
So, new name of the podcast. Welcome to Nobodies from New York. You know why?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm from New York. Kyrie, where you from?
Oh, I'm from New York.
Our other co-host Tay, who's not here right now, he gonna be late. He from
South
New York.
Canada. But you know what? He's still in the state, so I mean, hey, whatever. He gets a pass.
This is true. But for now, it's just gonna be me and Kyrie holding it down. Nobody's from New York. Podcast episode 4. You know, we here. Yeah. Also, we changing up the format of our videos rather than doing a bunch of stories, because we realized, you know, it's not specific enough. You know, we had a team meeting. That's what we do. We team meeting. You know what I'm saying? Because we brothers out here. You know what I'm saying? We talk. We communicate. You know, comunicado. You know what I'm saying? We talk about how to make this podcast better, how to reach more people, how to do more, so we can get to where we want to be with this. We decided we're gonna change the format. We're gonna have some of the content focused more on y'all getting to know us better as people who are valuable in every single way, and to be very honest. But so more of this podcast, especially in the beginning, is gonna be dedicated to more personal-ish stuff that reveals more of our personalities. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to discuss a little bit of recent topics later on in the podcast. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So, our topic for the start of this podcast. Top 5 cartoon songs of all time. All time. This does not include anime. That's a different subject. Oh, look who South Canada stepped in.
Yes,
South Canada stepped in. He here.
Here I am.
You said he was gonna be late. I thought he was gonna be like 7:30 late. I didn't know he was gonna be like 3 minutes late.
No, I thought I was gonna be like 15 minutes late, to be honest.
I don't want something to take, because you was getting a little live there for a little bit.
Oh, let me see.
Oh, he definitely downloaded something.
Alright, how about now?
No,
You good? Alright, as you see.
So what we talking? So what was the? Oh, we didn't start yet. Alright, go on.
Oh no, I mean we technically did. I just finished up the intro, updating them on the name. I'm saying them, you ain't nobody here, but updating potential people to watch up on the name and the changes of the formula going forward. But yeah, so I was in the middle of saying this. Our first jump off is our top 5 cartoon songs of all time. This is not a collective list. This is individual of what we, all 3 of us personally think. And you're not including anime songs. That's a whole different topic. Because for me personally, Naruto and Bleach would probably run most of it. I would have to limit myself to 1 per show, to be honest.
Yeah, for me, we definitely Fire Force would be taking the cake.
Sure. But so straight up cartoons, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, Toon Disney, Jetix, Disney XD. If you really got something from there that's in your top, I don't know which ones you would have. Well, yeah, I don't know which ones you would have from there in the top. PBS Kids, you know what I'm saying? 4Kids, again, anime. 4Kids even count? Wasn't 4Kids mostly anime?
No, 4Kids is mostly cartoons.
Oh, they did have cartoons. Because Lunatics was on 4Kids. Oh, was that?
And
No,
plus,
because
like, I
Lunatics
think,
was
and plus, I
after.
think, we can include things like probably like the Yu-Gi-Oh shit because
No.
their openings were a lot different from the actual Japanese translation.
That doesn't matter though.
I would just say I think personally that it could be included.
We talked about it.
Oh, we
He said
did.
we're not gonna
Okay.
include it. He said
Oh,
he said we're gonna count Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon as anime. Cause trust me, my Yu-Gi-Oh GX would have been in this list. GX would have been in this. Game on, get your game on. What? What? Ah, yeah, bro. But
well,
yeah,
I'll start with my like I think my number one, which is like I would say the Batman Beyond opening.
oh, all right. So what they got down is Batman Beyond. That's tough.
And that's number one.
Yeah,
That's
that
your
is
number
definitely
one.
my
Number
number one.
one. Oh,
Oh yeah, that's my number one. Cause
I'm
like
gonna
I
say
like the lore
I don't have a I don't have them in specific order. I just have a top five.
because like I don't know, I like the word where it's like justice, apathy, and it's like the beat just goes with it with literally everything. It's yeah, it's pretty
Right.
like it was pretty A1.
It was indeed fire. All right, Kyrie, what do you got in your list, my good friend?
Now, this is how we doing. We just going like list off one and go off to the next person.
Yeah,
Alright,
All
yeah,
right.
good.
I think I'll be better that way.
See, people who know me, they know me. Now, I made it no secret that the 16 theme song
Me the
is damn near untouched. Damn near untouched.
Nothing gets after school. That's when we bend all the rules. Time to hang with all
Cause
my
see, you
friends.
gotta understand, man. Because
Ooh.
like, of course, people. No, disclaimer. Like, we're all in our early 20s, so you know, like, a lot of these things we're gonna be talking about. Maybe a few other exceptions. They were out when we were like, between like 7 to like 15. You know, because like, we grew up with perhaps the most pristine era of animation in
Facts,
recent
facts,
times.
facts, facts. No, I think
That's
nothing
facts.
that came out today has touched what like
Like
all the
we was
movies
on
have.
that Disney Channel, we were on the Cartoon Network, the Nickelodeon, the four kids WB, the 4Kids, all that. So we
That's
have a
facts.
very expansive palette. Expansive palette. Now, a lot of people like us who are watching Cartoon Network, right? We all appreciated some of the exports some other countries gave us, like Toe Drum Island. That was Canadian. And right there
Fire
with
show.
them was 16. And 16, we all thought, man, we were going to be 16, we were going to be living the life. But, of course, we ain't know. It took place in Canada. We weren't paying attention too much, so we all lied to. Because that's how it works over here in New York. Or in some parts of America. But we was living the dream, though. We was waiting to be 16. And that song
$16.
made us, it gave us hope. That the future's going to be looking so good.
I'm a failure.
Oh no, that was a big letdown.
I'm a failure.
But yeah, that's definitely up there. Like no contest. 16 has to be up there.
Alright. To your 16, I will bring up a different Canadian show done by the same studio. And I'm going to put in my top five. I'm gonna review. I'm gonna make sure my top five. This top five is tough. I'm gonna definitely include it. I will include Stoked. I don't think it got as many
Mm-hmm.
views as 16,
Definitely
but
didn't.
it was a summer show and it provided me a false feeling as to how great of a summer I could possibly have when I'm older and working, making money.
Wait, which one you said?
It's called Stoked.
Stoked. Okay.
And the only problem with that is, as we said, these shows were produced by a Canadian studio, so their outlook on work is much different on our outlook of work, plus what they're able to do. Cause there was nothing that ever made me want a job more. Cause like 16, it made me realize what hardship at a job could be realistically. You know what I'm saying? But none of that was ever like a dream job. But Stoked was working at a resort for the summer, getting to surf and stuff like that. Like you still gotta do the job, but like after work hours, getting to surf and the privileges, and then to have a summer show with such a beautiful opening. The summer's on. Like that's the start. That's the starting words, bro. Summer vacation and song start. The summer's on, and now we're living on the beach. Get my shoes and all my troubles far away. Like this, it's such a resonance with just the lyrics alone, bro. The lyrics alone. But then you got that beat, and then you get into the oh my god, fire! And it's forever. Like I don't have to watch the show anymore, and especially because like now I'm of the age where I'm working and like, well, summer jobs aren't really summer jobs anymore. Cause, you know, we doing big 9 to 5 out here. But like, just that feeling of we're in the summertime, and I am missing my shots, and like I want to have fun for the summer. I was just I want to have fun for the summer. It's a feel good song. It makes me want to actually get out. It makes me feel like I'm not gonna say back in the days, cause you know I'm still young. It's not that deep, but like it definitely makes me like, damn. I want to make sure when it's summertime, I'm out here having fun and I'm not stuck inside the house. And I'm not just all work and no play. I want to be play included too. Like that's that kind of feeling I get from that song. So that's number 5 on my list. Like I said, it's not in order. It's just my top 5 as a whole.
Alright, go ahead, Tay. It's all you. What's your next one? What is underneath Batman Beyond for you?
Well, I was gonna say most of us like I think like this is up on everybody's Warriors top 5, top 10. The classic Static Shock, the hero representing Detroit.
Which one? Because you have the Little Romeo one, and then you got the regular one.
I always thought they were the same one. The first, well, I guess it's the first one. The first.
Because you have you have to gotta get up, gotta go, gotta get up, gotta go, and then you have the.
I remember that. Oh no, it was always superhero, Static Shock. You know.
Yeah.
For me, that's dumb, iconic, and I feel like that was one of the songs that, like, Static Shock, the show put him like he became a placeholder on his own, but the show definitely helped him be a bit more iconic for sure.
Oh, the iconic of icon. As far as I'm concerned, like I love Jon Stewart. I love Jon Stewart till I can't love Jon Stewart no more. But if you ask me who is my face, you good. But like if you ask me who my personal take is as the face of black superheroes, bro, I'm gonna tell you it's Static. Like every time, any day of the week, I'll tell you it's Static. I love John, but Static did something different. The show did something different.
That has to be a topic for another time because like, I have my thoughts on that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got about that one.
Wait, hold up, wait, Justin, we're not going to dive too deep into it. We have to save that for another topic right there.
Yeah.
we gonna get there. But
this is definitely gonna be a topic of conversation. Actually, no, you know what? I can say it right now. Next week, we talking about black superheroes. That's offer. Next week, we discussing black superheroes.
Now, see, Tay, while you have mentioned some pretty good openings, right? I can't really. I don't know if I would say they're even in my top 10.
Really?
I have to really think about it, but you see, like, another one from me, right? And see, if you didn't bop this at all when we were children, something was wrong with you. Right? You're talking about iconic, right? We all know that the original Scooby-Doo song is iconic, right? And everybody knows it.
Oh,
Everybody knows it.
That's
But,
facts.
don't say that. Don't say that.
Take a look. Take a look at what they did with What's New Scooby-Doo and tell me that's not fire.
Oh, it definitely. I cannot disagree with that. I cannot agree with that.
That's a good one.
If you don't like the What's New Scooby-Doo song, something's wrong with you.
It's a good one.
Completely wrong with you.
What's new Scooby-Doo? Coming back to you. Gonna solve that mystery.
It's a good morning. It was one of those morning bops that hit for sure.
That's such a good one.
Like if like you cannot possibly be sitting down just blank face. You gotta be moving a little bit. With the toe tap, that's good enough. But for me, I gotta get up. There's some soul in there. Now, a different kind of soul, albeit, but there's definitely some soul in there. And the next song I'm gonna talk about after we're done with this has some true soul in there. But go ahead, Eli.
I'm actually really curious about this one now.
The next one on my list. Okay. This is tough. Because even if it's not like in order of a top 5, I still have these are my top 5, and it's hard. I'm not trying to sit them in any order or anything, but I'm gonna say my next one. I don't want to say get this out the way, but I'm gonna throw this one out there because like the show I don't even think it's a well-known show like that. I don't know how many people seen it. I don't know how many people got it twisted and confused. But like back in the day, I gotta say that now. I ain't even that old, but I gotta say back in the day. Well, you talking Saturday morning cartoons before there was a Disney XD, before we even had Jetix. Toon Disney straight up.
Toon Disney.
People will always get confused when I bring this up because they would think I was talking about the hockey movie, and I wasn't talking about the hockey movie.
You know, I know what you're talking about now.
The hockey movie. It's a Disney hockey movie. And I say a Disney show. It was like Mighty Ducks had a TV show. I thought it was just a movie. I wasn't talking about the Mighty Ducks movie. I was talking about the Mighty Ducks animated TV show. Badass ducks doing badass things. I'm an action lover, and they gave me a good animated action show. And Mighty Ducks had one of those themes, bruh. Like when you hear, I can't play it right now, but when you hear it, if you take the time to look it up, that's the joint start. Here comes the Mighty Ducks, searching on the ice. Here comes the Mighty Ducks, went for a big surprise. Ducks rock. Like I wasn't even a person who listened to rock or metal music like that, but god damn it, that used to be the closest thing I got to it besides radio when I didn't have control of the radio station. Like oh my gosh, did I love that theme. You could not tell me nothing. Got me hyped for an awesome show. It was a banger. It got me into metal and rock music as a whole. I'm not gonna cap on you, because of that theme, I actually started listening to it more. Because I didn't think it was a thing for white people. Because like I was always, music is music. I love music. I don't give a fuck who made it. But like definitely just got like I just wasn't into rock like that before. It got me into it way more. And it was a great show. It got me into hockey. All right, I can say that too. That show is what started me into hockey. I never used to watch hockey. It's really good once you start to watch it. But like, I did fall off. No, it's not. See, we can't talk to ingrates about hockey.
You don't watch sports in general, so I mean, it doesn't really matter for you.
Sometimes.
We literally talked about how you just don't watch sports.
The highlights? Don't talk to me. Man, I ain't even gonna have this conversation. Man said I watched the highlights. I ain't even gonna continue this conversation with you. Hell no. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It was the first time I ever got into hockey because of that show with a banging ass intro. So Mighty Ducks, number 4 up on my list for top 5 cartoon intros of all time. Alright, Tay. What you got for your third on your list? Well, I don't know if you're going in order down all the way. Pause. Is that pause? I don't know.
From here at this point, it's out of order. Where where because it's hard for me to like place my next two, but I will have to bring up you guys heard me say before the Teen Titans song.
Oh,
Now,
Teen Titans intro.
See, I'm glad you brought that up because it's also on my. Well, nobody.
No,
None of it's finished. So.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you said that, Justin. Because what I will say.
No, I got you. But
I'm glad you said that because real quick, Eric, I want to say this. Like, part of the tough part about picking this, I don't know. Well, I would imagine you guys also felt the same about it. Because like, you gotta differentiate iconic from what is truly your favorite to listen to. So it's like when you put this list together, you can't just have iconic intros.
I think Teen Titans, the opening Teen Titans do qualify as iconic though.
No, it's definitely both.
We're not disputing that.
It's definitely both.
Like, saying like,
but like for Ben 10,
like think about like if you want to put it as iconic and keep it there, or because it's like generally great to listen to and keep it as a bop. Because remember, we're not talking about freaking Scooby Doo. Like we already know the original one is iconic, but I'm gonna always pick What's New Scooby Doo because I think it's a much better song.
That's fine.
You know.
And shout out to the old Ben that produced like all the say like first like Japanese cartoon bops out there.
Oh, like, because you both continue with Teen Titans.
Yeah, because to me, like, this was in the era where I don't know what deal Cartoon Network they had with these people, with this band. I can't remember what they were called. But they made
Hi, Puffy Yummy Yumi.
Yeah. They made it. Yeah, I know the show, but I'm talking about the actual band.
No,
that's the name of the band.
That's them.
That's the name of the band. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh snap.
Yeah.
But shut.
Bro, they had a whole hell no. First of all right, they had a whole video where they performed the Teen Titans intro and they say the name of the band. Then the band had a whole damn TV show.
Yeah.
Man, talk about nerds. If you pay attention, you know you.
Yeah, that's facts. But yeah, like to me, like I was always like pumped for like the episode where like like I will never forget like this. I think like the scariest episode because I think this is when I first watched. When I heard this song, I was tight. But the first episode that really got me, was when he remember the episode where Robin not Robin, it was like they were watching movies, right?
Yeah, when
right?
Raven's things got out of control.
Yeah.
Freaking control remote, freaking no, it wasn't a remote. They took his remote, but then freaking Raven's was scared, so he was projecting all the stuff.
Yeah.
And made it feel like they were.
That was a very scary episode. That shit had me in my boots, shaking in my boots.
Yeah, it was scary. It was scary more than it had to be.
And see, what made me so weird about that episode is because like you see them get abducted, right? But you gotta wonder, where did they go? Because none of it was actually real. So, like, they didn't explain what happened to them afterward. I'm like, well, what the hell happened? What was going on here?
Well, actually, I think there was a question in the episode too, and I don't remember if they properly explained it or if they skirted around it, kind of explained it.
Yeah, that show, because Teen Titans was like, it definitely is one of the shows that like that gave DC a good foothold back in the day.
Yeah, I would say there's shows before that.
I wouldn't say it gave them a good foothold.
It was a continuation. Yeah, I would say it's a continuation. Well, I wouldn't say give them a foothold.
Because back then I never.
We already had Justice League and then
Batman,
and the Batman shows.
And my point to that is, yeah, sure, the Batman shows, but the Batman shows were kind of older, but no one, like at least like when I went to school, people knew about more than Teen Titans, more than they knew about the Justice League show.
That's weird.
But even so, Tay, like, you say it gave them a good foothold, but they were already good to begin with.
Yeah, I was trying to discredit them at all.
Nah, I would say your verbiage is what's not right. Yeah. I said that correctly. Like, yeah, verbiage. Yeah.
I would say like maybe like they extended their foothold.
Yeah, that's what it would be like they had the foothold, and Teen Titans was like just another banger in their list. But yeah.
But yeah,
Alright, so
definitely no disputes about Teen Titans, man. That's also on my list, and I had to really think about
where you're
it
placing
because I
it?
mean, like, my place in it, yeah. But considering you already got that out of the way, you,
Well, did you want to
see,
keep it and use it, or did you want to change it?
no, that's fine. You can definitely stay there. But so I was talking about, openings with some soul in it, with that freaking Western Scooby Doo right now. The other one that I have, that has a tremendous amount of soul in it, is also another export that we got over here, and this time it's from France. Because if you were on Cartoon Network, right? You were on Cartoon Network, and you did not get hype and sing along to the Code Lyoko theme song. You weren't feeling it.
It's funny you say that because I also have that on my list.
You are criminally, legally dead on the inside. Because you feel powerful when that comes on.
I will never forget the day when they made Ivy, when Ivy was actually able to come into the real physical world.
Bro, that was a moment in time. And like that shows good storytelling and writing. Where like there was a build up to that.
They hit that show was going in for a kids show. And remember when what's her name? Yumi's boyfriend became one of Xana's like
one of her henchmen.
Oh my gosh, William.
That was crazy. That was a crazy moment. But that is also on my list. But like because I'm the type of person, since it's been put out there, I want to have something else on my list. That's the type of person I am. I want to like just for me personally. I'm a choose something else to take Code Lyoko's place. So to take Code Lyoko's place, I got it. And shout out to my homie Andrew Hazy, Drew Barrymore, cause I know he gonna rock with this. But Disney got some Marvel rights in their pocket. Got some Marvel shows. You had some Spider-Man for a little bit. X-Men was on Disney.
Which Spider-Man?
They had all the Spider-Man. They had a Spider-Man and Friends. They had the Amazing Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man.
Because I swear like one of them was at one point in time it was on Cartoon Network or on ABC channel.
You might be talking about the one that's done in like cel-shaded CGI Spider-Man. I don't.
No, I'm talking about the one like way back. It was like
I don't know about Cartoon Network, but
I don't know about Cartoon Network. Maybe a different channel.
Like, well, when Eli said all of them, he was exaggerating. Like, you're talking about like the last like decade. Like all those Spider-Man shows are definitely Disney.
Because those 90s Spider-Man, the 90s Spider-Man opening was definitely
I can't say the last decade because Ultimate Spider-Man, where he's in the future, that was on Disney too. And that's a 90s Spider-Man. All the 90s Spider-Man are on Disney.
They're not. I think they might have just acquired rights to show it. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't mean like Disney created them, but like they like like the only place you could watch them after a certain period of time was on Disney. Like most people's, I'm not gonna say their first time watching it, but definitely continuation on would definitely be Disney because Disney just acquired the rights to like all those shows, and so Disney was the one showing all those shows. So. All right. So I'll change up the verbiage though. Disney acquired most of the old Spider-Man, and for the past decade, they've been putting on most of the new Spider-Man. And to that, I will say, though, by far one of the best intros. This is not a Spider-Man show, by the way. That Spider-Man is just one of the Marvel things Disney had. But Avengers Assemble. Oh no! No, it's not Avengers Assemble. No, because that's the new one. Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes. I'm sorry, Andrew. I disrespected you by saying the wrong show. Avengers Earth Mightiest Hero. Let me tell you something. That theme has an ambiance. Yes, I gotta pull out a big word like ambiance of build up.
Wait. Where is it? Like,
it has.
I have a key.
It has a orchestratic type of build up. You start slow. Dun, 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 dun. So you start slow, and then you build up. And like even with the way the video for the intro is portrayed, like the world is in danger, the Earth's heroes are in danger. It looks like we're about to lose, and they come with the build up. As it builds up, the Avengers start one by one. They start to assemble, and then you get to the assemble. We are strong, forever fight as one. When the team coming together, they fighting everybody's fire. So with that, Avengers, Earth Mightiest Heroes. Number 3 on my top 5 cartoon intros of all time.
No.
Is it activated?
It is activated. He cannot.
Then no.
It's crazy you said that right when I was literally finishing up my speech. But
where's the hatch at?
So Tay, it would be your turn for your number 4 or your 4th talked about intro.
Oh man, again it's hard for me to replace this now because I guess I would say I guess I have to put respect on 4 kids with the TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's on my list. It is on my list. The original 2004 one, right? 2003,
yeah.
2004.
Yeah.
2003. Man. See, now I gotta run through it real quick. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles counted off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turtles. It's a chain reaction. Living underground. Jitsu action. It's a shell of a town. What? Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my god, bro. Man, I like damn. Speaking of like Saturday morning memories, bro. Like how do you get more iconic a Saturday morning cartoon shows at TMNT?
Wait, hold on. Let me say one thing just real quick. Nah, I opened it. Oh, you can? Oh, I thought you died. But nah, Justin. I couldn't like if I open it, I jump down immediately. But go on though.
No, that's your turn. It's your show.
Yeah, like to me, it's like because I would never get over the time where like they went above and beyond with the show so many times. Where it's like they went back to the past, they went to the future, they were fighting magic creatures, they went through dimensions, they were doing it all way back in the day. Like it was amazing, and that's where we get to truly see these brothers. I think that's where we see the brothers shine the most was because of this show, not this crappy one that got on Nickelodeon.
It's none of those are garbage.
I don't want to talk about that.
Both of those are not garbage.
No, yeah, but to add on to that, man, cause you gotta understand what 2003 Ninja Turtles was going up against.
Oh no! Don't get it twisted. 2003 has to be like the best media for the Turtles I've ever seen in my life on TV.
That's why I wish I played the game that came out for was it for PS4, P3? PS3 where you were able to play all 4 of them. The same guys who made Ultimate Marvel. No, they made the Transformers game.
Oh yeah, okay, I know which one you're talking about.
And I wish I played because I feel like that's the closest thing we're ever gonna get to a game that reflects that show. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would say the new one that's coming out.
That's not true. Because they got a Game Boy that was literally with those same turtles.
Oh, Game Boy. Oh, yeah, but it's like I'm talking like a console game that kind of reflects what they were doing. Like they did have one on it was like an arcade game that was pretty funny. And we do have a beat 'em up, but we do have a beat 'em up. We do.
We're not including anime.
That's anime.
Now, for those of y'all that didn't hear, our cohort here in the party asked if we were including Pokemon in the list of cartoon and in the list of openings. It's still an anime. We had that whole conversation.
Anime. Yeah, I'm about to say yeah. But yeah, we do have the beat 'em. There's a beat 'em up that's coming out, but I think Shredder's
Bro,
Revenge.
what are you doing?
But there has been no news of that for the long time since they announced it.
That is true.
It's only been a couple of like 2-3 months.
Hasn't it been?
Nah, they announced it longer than that.
Kyrie, it had to have been
It's
more
only
than
August.
It has to. What, from when they first announced the game?
Yeah, when they very first announced it, it was more.
Yeah,
it
wasn't
more,
it in like May?
I don't. That might have been one announcement. I don't think that was the first announcement though.
The first announcement was like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, but like what I was gonna say was like you also gotta look at the competition that like 2003 Ninja Turtles is going up against, because you coming off the 80s iconic Saturday time slot Ninja Turtles classic with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage. So like you battling that kind of iconic when you talk about Ninja Turtles, but goddamn, it's a shell of a time. Oh my god!
Well, no, it literally hits all the notes that make you hype on there. The first couple of notes is like you already. That's why I was glad when Nickelodeon on Nicktoons they picked it back up for like a good 4 months. 2 years ago, so I was like, yes, show these youngins what the turtles are like. Show it to them.
And I will never forget, like there was like a big like beat drop, and then like when Raph was like coming down on the motorcycle.
Yes.
I will never forget.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I love being
in the turtle. Oh my gosh, bro. Bro. Like credit to the people who did the damn song, cause saying you did your thing don't even feel like enough credit for what the fuck they did with that song, bro. Like holy shit, it is so damn good.
Nah, but now see, Tay, if it wasn't for this last one I'm about to talk about, it probably would have been in contest for being in my top 5. Probably be in contest, right? Because this is probably, this is the only show out of my 5 that are like, that showed up on Nickelodeon, right? And see, Nicktoons, right? They had a lot of bangers on them. Danny Phantom, absolute banger. Right?
Shout out DJ D-Rec.
Goated. It's a good song.
Hey, you out in the street. Don't you see the man is kept making?
My pick for my last one, I personally think it has to be my favorite one out of anything that was probably on Nicktoons. Hell, even Life of a Teenage Robot. That had a good theme song too. It's a really good one.
Oh yeah, it was.
I missed. I whiffed.
The song for Iron Man Armored Adventures,
yes,
is too good.
Yes,
it's beautiful.
Oh, it's so fucking good. I need to tell everybody about that shit, bro, because nobody was watching this show like me.
And see, I was never big on Iron Man. Like, he was kind of alright to me. That show made me put more respect on Iron Man. Despite, the changes and stuff, because, they were younger, of course. But, like, I was actually more interested in Iron Man because of that show.
Here's the man on a mission. Armor full of high-tech ammunition.
Because the very first time I heard that song, I was like, why did it end? Why did they cut off the song right there? And every time I told them the music video as one of the part of the commercial bumpers on Nicktoons, I was like, yes.
Oh yeah, the song is even longer.
Give it to me. I was like, this is beautiful right here. I'm content.
Armor, but that shit is so good. That shit is so good. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, because I did not put it on my list. Not gonna cap. Not that I'd ever cap. Oh, I swung too early! Alright. Since Tay took TMNT, I'm gonna have to go back and change one of my songs. This is a mix of iconic and a banger. Disney 90s late night
Disney. Okay.
Toon Disney. Darkwing Duck,
Okay.
Darkwing Duck, let's get dangerous. Darkwing Duck, Darkwing Duck. That's actually not it. No, that's actually not it. I'm capping. It is my honorable mention though. I'm not gonna cap. But no, fourth on my list. Fourth on my list for sure is actually something that Kyrie did mention. It is Kappa Mikey. I love that song so much. It's hey, hey, you out in the streets. Don't you see the man is Kappa Mikey? Hey, hey, you out in the street. Don't you see the man is Kappa? It's such a good song. It's such a good song. Nicktoons Network. Oh my gosh. Nicktoons Network has special shows, bruh.
Like it's a testament to how good it really is because
Invader Zim is Nickelodeon,
whoa.
not a Nicktoons Network show. And I do like the Invader Zim theme, but it's not something that I go out of my way to play to listen to.
Above all the rest of these, well, yeah, most of these I wouldn't really like listen to it.
Well, that's your opinion. This is an opinionated list. It's an opinionated list.
But we're very different people.
Yeah, because you're extra weird.
Because, like, if you're saying that you would pick Invader Zim over Teen Titans, like, off rip, but you
said you wouldn't play any of these. Okay. But you're saying that you wouldn't play the Teen Titans theme while you're on a drive. That's what you're telling me? But you would play the Invader Zim song while you're on a drive? So what was your point then? What point are you making?
Well, remember, just we're not talking about icon. Well, even so, even talking about iconic, it's definitely not more iconic than most of the shows we just mentioned. It's songs that we liked the most.
And I literally said like I literally said part of discussion on this list is choosing the difference between iconic and songs that you enjoy to listen to. Like, we're not just picking. If you're picking iconic, Ben 10 would fucking be up here. Like, Ben 10 would be up here. You could have these are the top 5 favorite cartoon intros.
Yeah, we said that.
That's why we have our own individual lists.
No, and that's why I said when I introduced it that it's not a well-known show, but it's a song that I do enjoy. But yeah, Kappa Mikey, that intro is special. The tone, the setting, and then having that to go into the show of how crazy and wacky the show is it's a beautiful compliment. And like it damn near gives you everything you need to know about the show within the intro, even though it's really not important because it's just a good show. You should just watch the show. But like that song is so good. Like the start of it is chill, like it's literally relaxed and chill, and then you get into the hypeness. You get into the hypeness later on in the song. So it's a beautiful. I'm not gonna say beautiful because beautiful is more for like operatic kind of stuff in my opinion. But it's a fun. It's like you know it's gonna be a fun time. You know it's gonna be an enjoyable time when you're hearing the intro to the show. But yeah, so that's number 4 on my list.
I'll tell you, gotta bring it on home. Or that last one.
This is struggling because I'm thinking. This is my this is my last one. I guess not Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack.
I was about to say.
Samurai Jack. Nah.
I was really talking about putting Kim Possible on there. That's definitely top 10 though. They were doing their thing like for no reason. But I mean, I digress.
So what you working with, Tay? What you coming down to?
Except Samurai Jack.
Oh, I thought you said not Samurai Jack. He said Samurai, and it was like I heard not
actually,
Samurai Jack.
I do want to give. I do want a second to think about it. I would make sure. I want to be sure if I want to say Samurai Jack.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
I mean, what can be said about it?
You know what? Hey, you know what? One of my underrated ones. Actually, one of my underrated ones. I'll say one of my underrated ones. Shaolin Showdown.
That's not underrated.
Underrated show or underrated theme?
The opening to me was very
underrated.
But I never hear it in anybody's top 10. I never hear it in anybody's top 10.
Yeah, like I can't say that like I hear people when they talk like people know about the show, but I can't say that I often hear people talk about the theme or have it in their top 10.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's not even in my top 10.
Like it's not mine either, but like is for instrumental, it definitely was going hard. You know.
Yeah, but to me, it's like I say it's underrated because it's like I'm not saying it's an underrated show or the song itself is underrated.
Oh no,
like,
I get that. I'm just saying like, and especially tell you because you be talking to different people than me. Like y'all be saying some stuff that make me look at you sideways. Like people I know and talk to, they definitely like that Shaolin Showdown theme song. Like, so I can never call it underrated. Never.
Because like I said, our experiences are different. Because remember, when I say like Code Geass, to me very much underrated. Because like I never hear anybody talk about it.
It is
no, it is not. It is literally an iconic top 10.
Let me rephrase this. Back then, when it was like, wait, was it?
Okay, back in the day, yes, for sure. When it was first coming out, yes.
Like even when I was in high school, not too many anime heads watched it.
High school is tricky for me.
Whoa, see, Tay? High school is exactly when some of these new anime heads, like you know, the ones that are like a bit more casual, are coming out because as an SAO came out,
and then Attack on Titan later all the people in. Look, I'm not gonna get into that right now, but like, opinions on it, whether it be negative or positive, a lot of people started watching that show specifically, especially as like their first anime.
But yeah, Shaolin Showdown was like very much like goated for me, especially that scream at the end where like they're about to clash, like you. No one can never say they got hyped off of that. I dare someone to say that they did not get hyped. Or when they say Gongi Tenpai, like come on, bro.
It's not part of the opening though.
It's not, but it'd be lit.
It's not. But you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like just hype moments of the show.
But alright, Kyrie, what do you have?
I already got my 5.
You did all of them? Oh, right,
because I remember
some of them were say something. Oh, okay. Alright, well with that, what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say my not my honorable mention number 1, but just an honorable mention that I have in my list of openings that one that I did not discuss here today or include. I have to say Goof Troop, because Goof Troop has such a good opening. Again, on that Saturday morning cartoon tip, bruh. Like, Disney...
Take a bathroom break real quick.
Alright, no problem, good. Disney had Saturday morning cartoons, and they had banging-ass intros. And Goof Troop was one of them that was both for me. I loved it. Goof Troop will always stick together. Like, it's a family show, and like I used to be a more familial person back in the day. Like family used to be more of importance to me, and it held a lot of weight to me. So like with Goof Troop, when that song come on, it actively made me want to be around my family. It made me want to enjoy family moments. So I just want to have Goof Troop as an honorable mention up on there. But honestly, like my last one on my list, I'm not gonna say number 1 because like I said, none of these are in order. But last on my list, and like I kept this one in the pocket, and somebody actually did mention this song, and this is a song I would bang in my car. If I had a car, this song is on blacks in the car. Speakers going crazy.
Goddamn.
Bass knocking out. In danger or trouble, I'm there on the double. You know that you always get caught, get impossible. What? What? Fire. Fire can't tell me nothing. Fire. Fire. Iconic and a fire song. Used to have it as my ringtone in middle school. It wasn't on the list. I said it's on my list. We all agreed it's a fire opening. I said it's on my list though. But yes, Kim Possible is the last song that is the last song on my list that I kept in the tuck. Like I said, not my number one. Just the last song on my top 5 list. That Kim what is there to be said? Does anything have to be said about Kim Possible?
I don't think it does. Because if somebody came up to me one day and just said they did not like the Kim Possible song, I definitely have to look at them like as if like they're stupid. Like you're gonna have to explain to me what's so wrong about it.
Like I couldn't trust anybody that said they didn't like Kim Possible, the show or the intro.
Yeah, I don't know if you're saying enough to be talking to me. You got to walk.
If you don't like it, why are we even talking? Why are you here? Why are you on my space? Like, why do you exist?
Or
that's it.
Aren't you the first one that brought it up though?
Not Kim Possible. Yeah, I was about to say. I think he's mentioning a different song.
Nah, don't play it on stream now. You got to mute yourself. You're gonna play something.
I don't know.
Well, you'd probably be playing it out loud. I'm just saying, if it's gonna be playing out loud.
To be fair, I don't even if he did play it out loud, I don't know if it would be heard because I don't know if he could be heard on stream.
I think that is a good point.
But I was gonna say like we could run through some songs, some intros that we like that we just didn't have on the list, but still iconic to us. Cause like we know what iconic is, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, cause considering the things we talked about, like then. We have a lot to say about these other 2 things that we kind of want to put on this episode.
No, but like just a real quick thing. Like for me, like something I love, but I didn't include the Chowder intro. I love the Chowder intro so much.
Okay, see, I like it too, but it's gonna be nowhere in like the top 20.
Like okay. I'm not gonna say would it be top 20. It's definitely not top 10. I would say that. But like,
it's a nice feel good, you know. It sounded like Wonder, but like,
it's just so good to listen to, bro. And one in, feel free to get to looking. J-O-Y, there's something. No, it's so good. J-O-Y. Or something else like the Rocket Power theme. I used to love the Rocket Power theme. I lived for the Rocket Power theme, bro.
See, what I wanted to say, cause like I know we're talking about strictly cartoons, like this one is definitely up there for me. Because like it's not a cartoon, but it's a 90s like show hit. It was the White Ranger theme.
Yo, okay, nah, real quick, just real quick, because we didn't include it because we decided we're not gonna include Power Rangers because we're gonna keep it strictly cartoon. Because Power Rangers, it would have been up on my list if we was including it.
Hold on, it's not even that. This man didn't even say a theme song. He talking about a character
theme.
But
the White Ranger did have a fire theme. Did you figure it out,
you know,
Justin? Alright.
You're weird for putting Courage up there.
That Courage theme is the Courage
You're
theme.
Weird.
Like it's enjoyable for the show, but I don't think it's deep enough to be like, oh, that's one of the greatest themes of all time.
It's hardly even a theme.
Huh?
It's hardly even a theme.
Not
Justin.
you. What? Not you. What were you saying, Justin? Yeah, that's why we're saying that's a weird preference.
But you know what though, Justin? Like that's like somebody saying that regular shows thing is up there. It's
like cause like Curse theme.
Like, don't get me wrong,
really just a
don't get me wrong, it's satisfying to look at, but
cause like the Curse theme is like iconic, yes, but like that's something I go to listen to when it's just really talking, and then the theme is really just a dun 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 dun. Like that's it. Well, that's what we have. This top 5 cartoon intros. Like this is shit I would listen to. I would put this like some of these songs are on my phone right now.
We already know that you wouldn't do this because you're built different. But like, just the fact that you put Courage above a lot of other choices, I'm like, no, I get that, but it's like you mentioned it above like a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, see, like that's something I would expect you to come back with.
10. But then you came up with some Courage and Billy and Mandy.
All of that stuff is expected. Like all
my message, that's already.
Like all of that stuff is expected, but like that's like all of that stuff is expected, and that's what makes Courage such a weird choice. It's like nigga. It's Courage, the Cowardly Dog Show, and then it's the little ukulele playing at the ending. It's like it's not even really a theme. Like it's like.
He did get dressed.
Alright, just to hit on this real quick, because we didn't include it. Power Rangers definitely would have been in my top 5 if we included it. Okay, because I would have limited myself. No. We finished the top 5 cartoons, and since Tay brought up Power Rangers real quick, I said, all right, we could have this discussion real quick. I'm letting people know we also didn't include Power Rangers within this talk. Wasn't including no live action, but like if we were just including like.
Good, Justin?
No.
Why would I ever?
Why would I ever play SpongeBob willingly? The intros! We were talking about intros!
That's not the point, though.
Cause like, if we were talking about songs, Phineas and Ferb would be on this list to the max.
Phineas and Ferb would freaking decimate the entire list.
Wait, hold up. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we had the shit first.
The point I was trying to make, like, I would have limited myself to one part. Go ahead.
I'll say it later. Actually, just gonna wait on podcast, but go ahead.
I was gonna say was like I would have limited myself to one Power Ranger show if we included Power Rangers. But as for which one I would have picked, I can't say right now off the top of my head which one I would have picked. I could just give you like my top 3 Power Ranger songs I would have picked from. It would have been between Mighty Morphin, Dino Thunder, and Mystic Force. And Dino Thunder really probably would have won, to be very goddamn honest.
Like Dino Thunder is just that good, my guy. Like that's power right there.
Like you talking about get you hyped, get you ready, my nigga. Like Dino Thunder is just.
What did you say?
It is an anime. Voltron is an anime.
Yes, it's an anime.
I swear it was a
just
cartoon.
like Gundam.
Voltron Force was a cartoon made over here.
Yeah, because it's just on Netflix.
Well, it was a spin-off. No. Well, they made Voltron Force on Nicktoons in like 2012 or whatever as a spin-off of the original Voltron.
It's technically a spin-off. It's a continuation, most part. But yeah, and then you have the Netflix show. It's probably not, but it's like GT, pretty much. It's exactly like GT. Holy shit! But yeah, and then you have the Netflix Voltron show, which is that still counts as a U.S. product, right? Because it's made on Netflix. So those are cartoons, but the original Voltron show is an anime, just like Gundam. Well,
I don't know who produced it.
Yeah, that's why I asked. They're what?
Moves are you talking about? Okay.
Oh, I haven't seen any of the Netflix Godzilla movies.
Because you said Godzilla movies.
Yeah, you said
I think
Godzilla.
you're talking about freaking like.
Wait, hold up. We're transitioning off for a second.
No, that's alright. I'm gonna bring it back.
Well, the main discussion was already over. I mean,
Okay.
you know.
So we're doing whatever. All right.
Oh, for now, until I bring it on to the next topic. Alright. Yeah, I didn't even know they had Godzilla movies.
He sounds like going to fuck him.
That nigga really just walked past? Turn around, turn around! Oh my gosh. Alright. Split gate. Alright. But to one of the this is probably the most saddening news that I've heard all week for people, you know, out here on a money mission to get to the bag. OnlyFans just you just getting rid of explicit content.
Now,
Sexually
did you
explicit-
hear about
sexually explicit
what
content.
happened today?
Oh no, I didn't hear about what happened today. I didn't hear about what happened today.
I think it's what was brought up today.
What
that
happened?
They would allow softcore porn, like
Oh,
HBO
that's not
level
today.
stuff.
Yeah.
There's I don't count that.
There's a little bit more restrictions on it. Yeah, they can do kind of what they're doing, but there's a lot more restrictions on it.
No, because like you can still have like nude pics, and I think some videos. But,
Yeah,
like,
that's not
actual
today's news. They
pornography.
said that at the same time they
No,
banned it.
I know
Banned it.
the one that just mentioned. I know that was yesterday, but I don't know about the softcore stuff.
Oh,
Because like,
man, what is softcore, but not porn, my nigga?
well, again, look at what freaking HBO was doing back in the day before they wanted to veer
I
off.
know, but you know when that
All
was
those
good.
parodies.
You know when that was good. That was good before you found real porn, my nigga. You can't go
Eli?
today and watch
Oh,
HBO shit now. It's not the same.
I most certainly have, just for memories.
Memories don't count. I'm
Justin, I
not
wanna hear that
sad.
from you.
I'm not sad. Like what's sad about it?
I don't want to hear that from you.
What's really sad about it is
Nah, I am too.
their OnlyFans way of going about it. First of all, they act like they didn't get big off of the sexual content. Like let's be clear.
You know what's weird?
No, they are.
But you know what was weird to me? Because
no,
you don't have to.
you don't have
definitely
to.
don't
You
have
choose to.
Well, I mean, how'd you feel about the big change in the YouTube thing then?
Which change? Because I
No,
hated
when,
most.
like,
I hated
when
most of
Google
YouTube changes.
Yeah, when Google bought it, it's like you can't mess with the newest changes and then hate the YouTube. I'm just bringing that point up. You can't hate what they did to YouTube, but like what they did to OnlyFans.
I can.
See, to me that's weird.
Cause all right, let's be clear.
It's
Let's be
two
clear.
different things, though.
Let's be clear though. That Google shit when Google bought YouTube is completely different from what OnlyFans is doing. Cause first of
Hey,
all,
don't get
it's
me
not
wrong,
like
I do feel
anybody's
bad, bro.
buying OnlyFans. The reason why why they mostly did this is because they want to be able to pull more partners and for not partners but like sponsorship people, but people when it's not really gonna sponsor
Which is a
them.
valid reason.
It's a valid reason for sure, but like they can't get on the App Store because they have specially explicit content, and the App Store don't allow that. Then like when you're looking into people to sponsor them, like they can't do that because not a lot of people is gonna sponsor sexual explicit content, which I can also say, and I've heard somebody who works on OnlyFans speak on this, and it's a valid point as to where this is. Payment on OnlyFans is done through CC billing, and CC billing is literally what other adult sites use for payment. So how do you get a clearance with CC billing, but you mean to tell me you can't get any kind of people to sponsor you for sponsor the product? Those porn sites could get the sponsorship, but you mean to tell me that OnlyFans can't?
And to
Very
me, I feel
specific
bad for
sponsorship, though.
and I feel bad for these females too, because it's like that's their whole income right there.
Oh yeah, just to speak on that real quick, I am not against anybody getting their bag, no matter how they get it. I am not anti-sex worker at all. I've never been in my life. I don't ever plan to change that stance and stop being such, because who the fuck cares? Like,
Right.
like why is
Right,
it your business if somebody is?
Right, if you think anybody goofy, the people who buy the shit is more goofier than the females.
Hey, whoa.
No, because some people see it's like, oh, it's these things and raw. Actually, I can't say that on stream, but
Well, I mean, just don't be mad, freaking
like
rude about it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, like, people like, if you hate like OnlyFans girl for much, you should really hate the dudes who's actually providing them the funds for this in the first place.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like we keep on saying, there's a market for everything. They right. See people are gonna pay for it. I mean, like, hey, shoot.
Right, like that's what I'm saying. Like, how you gonna knock on them for hustle, but not like say anything about the customers that's actually buying it?
Yeah, like they're literally just feeding on demand. Like, it's not our fault. Niggas is out here paying for feet pics and shit. Like,
now, granted, it used to be very different back in the day. Cause I was rewatching Guy Code, right? And I was watching Guy Code when it was live on the air, like new episodes, right?
Show.
And there was a segment on like season 2, or whatever, about like prostitution and everything, right? And at that point in time, a lot of people are like, man, that's like the saddest thing a man can ever do. Like, why pay for it? Like, it should be like, man, just up your game a little bit. That's a very different thing from what's happening today. People will definitely be like, crazy. Listen, I mean, like, they see like a sex worker and they're like, hey man, to do you, man, to get your money. Now, are they gonna go up and tell that guy he's a sad piece of crap? Some probably would, some won't. But back in the day, it's definitely frowned upon, especially because now it's decriminalized in New York.
And I can also tell you why that's crazy, because politicians be doing it. Like politicians.
Yeah, they literally indulge in it all, like, on a regular basis.
It was even crazy. I even gotta be like looked down upon or anything like that. But just get back to the subject though. OnlyFans is seriously bullshit, and like act like they didn't get their bag off of the sexual content. Got their bag. Not celebrities want to use it now. They start to switch up on people and be like, oh, we don't need you no more. Kick you to the curb. So, you can still do nude photos. What? Like that? Oh my god, that is so stupid.
People will still pay for. I mean, it's
like people will still pay for it. I'm not gonna deny that. I'll never deny that. But like, come on, bro. Like you can still do nude photos, but you can't do the sexual content.
But to be fair though,
Justin, are you gonna get the Survivor in the basement, or you want me to get him?
Like, when it comes to them just doing like new photos and everything, I'd argue it's still a better deal than other alternatives, right? Because there are people who will like put out their Snap Premium, whatever, right? But there's still a bunch of scam artists, They'd be like, "Oh, I'll take your money," and they'll bounce, right? At the very least, with OnlyFans, you know that it's actually right there for whatever viewing that you want, whatever you're gonna do with it.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely a good deal for both customer and
or like people want to put their drop boxes, like those are up in the air. At the very least, with OnlyFans, still allowing whatever, you can still get whatever package. Like, it's for you right there. Granted, it's a monthly payment, but like, you made the option to take the monthly payment.
Yeah,
you did it.
Yeah. But like it's crazy to me. Like,
yo,
sex made them, and it was like, alright, we made it, peace.
What I was trying to say earlier that I just found mad weird because, not too long after all that broke,
Yeah.
um, I saw a couple of tweets from people who are on OnlyFans, and they were like, "Please, before you ask us about what we're gonna do, wait until the company themselves confirm what their stuff are." And I'm like, "Wait a minute." And I'm like, you know what? Literally every other source is saying that they're doing this. I didn't see an actual statement from OnlyFans themselves.
Themselves. I believe they did put out this statement because I'm pretty sure
No, I'm
that's
saying like
what was
originally, because I couldn't find
originally.
anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Well,
waiting to
see,
create
that's
some
the thing,
distance.
Kyrie.
You
It was
wanna get tunneled, Justin? That's
that was the thing. It was
waiting.
originally a rumor
Dumb bitch.
first that they were gonna be banning porn off their site, but then they actually came out and said, "Oh, we're not banning porn. We're banning sexually explicit content, but you can still do the nudes and stuff like that."
So
I
which I
know for a
gotta
fact it's
know.
nudes, and then I don't know what else.
Yeah.
The little
Well,
stuff
but
is.
they also said that videos will still be allowed. But I'm like, what are they gonna do on a video that's like not sexually explicit? Because
Yeah,
like,
they have to set what the guideline is for sexually explicit. For sure. Like it's like even if they do, I feel like even if they do say what their guideline is, it's gonna be either A, not fun for anybody who's involved, or B, like it'll be there, but it just won't be the same as to what it used to be.
I mean, it happens to a lot. Like even when it was coming out, people were talking about how Tumblr fell back when they decided to clean up all the pornos on.
Man, I don't know why Tumblr ever did that. Man, Tumblr really sold on that. Tumblr really sold on that. Because who be on their site anymore?
People who make like fanfics and stuff,
I don't want to talk about that.
and edits.
But you're right though. But yeah, so that was one topic right there. Tay, did you have any other thoughts on that?
Oh no, I just, like I said, I addressed my grievances because I actually know some people who do. Like I know some females who do have OnlyFans, and the fact like some of them they made a good hustle off of it. So it just sucks that the hustle's like has its end date.
Now, what I will say though, right? I don't know how much it would affect like the masses of people who are in this particular scenario, right? Because I remember back when I was trying to once again use dating apps like a while ago, right? Now, it's already hard for people like me who just don't have a lot of game and, you know, talk to the opposite sex and try and do something, right? But then let's say you do manage to, like, match with somebody and talk to them, right? There were a lot of times, and even if you didn't match with them, there are a lot of people who just put their profiles out there because exposure, who would just be on there just to promote their OnlyFans. Making it even harder for somebody who's, like, actually on the site to, you know, like, actually pursue something. To actually do anything. I do want to know how that's going to affect dating apps once this is changed. And of course, there's going to be like nude pictures being like allowed, right? But it's like, what are they going to hit them with on OnlyFans now? Because if they're not going to have the videos and stuff that people want to have, then it's like, where are they going to go?
I see what you're saying, but I think with like, even for as much of a fuss about this as I'm making, I think as long as they got the pictures at the very least, I think they'll still be fine. But I mean, like it just I'm not gonna say it sucks because like, you know, it is definitely a business thing and businesses prioritize what's best for the business. You know, it is what it is. It'll always be the case. It'll never not be the case. You know, for what made them famous, for them to try to place limits and restrictions on. Crazy. Because I'm not gonna act like I know how the business works in and out. But I can only imagine, because OnlyFans takes like a good cut. It's not even like it's a seriously small cut. Like it's a solid cut of money that OnlyFans take from whenever a payment is put on to the seller. So like they make good money. Like
Also, what I do want to know, and I don't know if it's gonna be a direct correlation. I want to know how the prices are gonna change. When this is gonna happen? Because I know there are quite a few people out there who have some outrageous prices per month.
Yeah, like I remember I saw like one chick like she had like $50 a month.
Yeah, I'm like 50. 50? Like, what are you doing? That's that much.
She had to have a backflip onto the peen.
Just.
I was about to say, you must have some platinum vagina right there or something. I don't know.
Like, I better bust something before I even see you get naked with how good you have to be. I cannot do this map. I hate this damn map, bro. My gosh. But yeah, it's yes. I'll double check later, cause like I can't. I don't remember if you can. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I can't cancel out a specific person to not be heard, and my joint is on for everybody to voice to be heard.
Make sure, are we good on time?
Yeah, we good on time because we're in a bit to what would probably take up the most amount of talking, I guess. So we should be good on time anyway.
I mean, there's only really one other thing that we really wanted to address anyway, and we knew it was going to be a lengthy conversation, so.
It is a doozy.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I'm keeping track. I'm making sure I keep track. I got my laptop right here in front of me. Oh, he read me like a book and stuff like that. But yeah, so what is possibly the final talking point of the day? Something crazy. I'm gonna just preference it. I don't know these people. None of us here know these people. We don't talk to these people. We're not in their life.
Well, there's one person involved who I've actually talked to, like actually verbally, but not a lot.
But we don't know these people's lives. We don't know their lifestyles. We don't know them behind the scenes, whatnot. We only gonna talk about what we seen, what we know, and what we think of what we seen. Me personally, I ain't out here accusing nobody because I don't know the whole situation. I'm pretty sure my cohorts feel similar, if not the same way. But this heavily controlled situation, man. It's
the black content creator scene as a whole is just in shambles.
Also, I saw the Griffey video. Yeah.
Which one?
Now I kind of the one they put that kind of talking about the one that's kind of that refers to this whole
wait. Hold on to that, because I think we should probably say what happened first before we even get into that.
Yeah.
Alright, so what happened was a content creator known by Heavily Control. I'm gonna say he's popular. I'm not gonna say it because it's not. He's popular within the community, especially the anime community. There's a lot of anime related stuff, streaming, gaming. He's friends, if not close with, a lot of people in the content creating community, stuff like that. He got hit with that allegation, 1 out of 3, of sexual assault at a party, and that was the first allegation that came out. A second one had later came out by somebody who's known, at least I know she's known well in the Twitter community, amongst anime for her cosplay work and her OnlyFans work. Her name is I'm not even gonna say her name because I don't know these people like that, so I'm gonna just leave names out of it and just speak on the situation. Then there was a third accusation from a different girl who talked about who accused him of sexually harassing her and sexual assault, and in a different situation. So on Twitter, these women dropped 3 different allegations on his head. Yeah, I mean that's what happened. Since the allegations were dropped, there has been a lot of back and forth between what was real, what wasn't, what's been said by certain people. Um, Long Beach Griffey, popular content creator, as well, friends with a lot of people in the content creating community. He's come out and he's speaking about it because him and Heavenly Controller are good friends. One thing I will say as well, on Twitter, Heavenly Controller is heavily hated. Like everybody hates him. He makes I refer to them as controversial jokes. And honestly, the same could be said for Long Beach Griffey as well.
By a country mile.
Everything Long Beach Griffey does is controversial. People either like him or they hate him. It never really seems like there's any in between from what I've seen. But yeah. So that's what happened. Right now, the accusations have been thrown out. There's honestly everything so far has been a lot of he said, she said. There's been no substantial physical or even digital proof as to whether or not any of these things are 100% true or false. There's been no what I'm looking for, Kyrie. There's been no things filed. Lawsuits. There's been no lawsuits filed or put out there like that.
Anything. I don't think any warrant arrests have been put out. Nobody has gotten a lawyer. I think actually no. I think Heavenly might be getting a lawyer right now. I believe.
Yeah, because I think I saw like him kind of like addressing something that he may have said on stream.
Yeah, he didn't, I know what you're talking about. He didn't say he was getting a lawyer in that stream though.
No, because I remember because I watch Afro live. I had watched it earlier this morning, and towards the tail end, somebody had said that he was getting a lawyer.
No, he said he should have gotten a lawyer. And the
only person I know,
yeah,
he said he should have gotten a lawyer. But
no. Somebody else
like,
in the stream, yeah, somebody else in the chat said that he should get a lawyer. They say he was. Yeah, I was watching the live as it happened. The only person that I know 100% for sure got a lawyer who said explicitly that they were getting a lawyer was Minicon for.
Oh yeah.
Whatever
He's
said about him.
lawyer. There we go.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, that's what's happening. That's what's been said. You can find all this stuff if you look online yourself.
However, I know one of them now has their Twitter private. This is one she has her thing private. I don't know if it's still private as of right now. I haven't checked in a while because I did want to read the tweet longer again. But I mean, she's the main one that I know. Was going down the list of things that happened with her and Heavenly, right? She's also the main one that kind of brought Griffey into this situation, because despite people coming at Griffey for whatever, she kept saying that he was not involved, right? Which led to more people arguing before Griffey did what he did to make things worse. The other 2 people who made the claims, I've only heard about. I don't know their entire stories or what happened with them and Heavenly, but like above all else, the main takeaway that I have from this entire situation, and we'll get to those reasons after we talk about the exact things that I would
go
say,
to a timeline.
Is that like you gotta account for more than just yourself. You know, you can act one way and you'll quote unquote know what you're doing. People don't know what they're doing, but at the end of the day, you have the most control over your own actions, right? But you gotta understand that other people around you act in very different ways. Like, comparatively. Like, there are 7.3 billion people on Earth, and we all act differently. You gotta take into consideration the possible options that could happen in the future by you doing something.
Especially when you have a name. When you are a damn name, you should be double checking damn near everything you do when you interact with people that you don't know like that.
Like, it's incredibly ridiculous that it came to what it did. And not to mention, it only makes it worse because when Heavenly Controller was on stream, he admitted to doing things. So that's already one giant step towards jail. You know, it's like, alright, now we know. If he can just like panic say, yes, I did these things, right? But it was very possible because he kind of like streamed really soon after all the stuff came out. But it's like, you admitting to sexual harassment is already a giant red flag.
No, not only did he did admit to it, he admitted to it, and it's not even like he said sorry or
didn't even apologize.
Apologize. Like, he admitted to it and then kind of glossed over that he admitted to it. It's like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And then he kept his online persona at that. Like, there was no reaching in himself to be what he is as a human being.
To take it serious in that moment, like
that's beyond stupid. And to do it on camera with a huge following, like, of course he's not the most, he's not the biggest content creator out there by any means necessary, not in the slightest. But his name is recognizable enough within these people, and the people who know him by proxy, for him to just do that, you're basically already blacklisting yourself.
Yeah, because like, I don't watch his content. I'm not gonna say like I'm not a fan, because it's not like that. I'm not trying to hate on him or nothing like that. I just don't watch the nigga's content. You know what I'm saying? He's just not somebody I follow. Like, other people I watch and not follow, but they hang around and they be around him. That's how I know him, because of other people that I follow within content creation and the platforms.
Yeah, I think the two I know who will hang around for sure is, I think Riffy talks to him and Violet Myers talks to him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's other people, like, if you look at other people, like, especially like when a lot of black content creators get together, like, you'll see him there in a lot of situations.
Wasn't he at DreamCon?
Yeah, he was at DreamCon. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He be with all the other black content creators. Like, that's part of why I know him, is because he be with everybody else. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, he has his own following and stuff. It's not like he's getting off of their clout or nothing like that. But like he just be around the other people that I know, and that's how I personally know him. I don't know him by watching his content or keeping up with his content or anything like that. So like, you are in the public eye, as I was saying, like, you're in the public eye, like, no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
And then, like, we already said, like, he ain't apologized. Like, let's now compare that to someone else who was also getting hit with, you know, the sexual harassment stuff, was a woman named Alice, right? Now, I'm not going to give out her screen name or username or anything, but this is the one person out of all the people that I've actually had, like, some kind of contact with. Like, we've spoken, like, before. Not a lot. We've spoken. I've played, like, maybe a handful of games with her. But that's about it. I don't know this woman's life or anything other than when she, like, streams or whatever, and maybe I was just kind of like a hearsay about it. But, like, there was a part in time, you know, and this is part of the tweet longer that I had read the other day, where, you know, this person and Alice and Heavenly were at a club, right? Most people were drunk off their shit, including Alice, right? And she's the person who made the tweet longer said that because she was so drunk, Alice being, she was, you know, like, grinding on her, and it's like she made out with her without consent, and a lot of, there may have been fondling involved also, which is very similar, very, very similar to what Heavenly Controller was going to do to her at some person's house, right? with not a lot of people present, right? Now, Alice literally, quote, retweeted a tweet longer and made what would appear to be a deep, sincere apology. You know, she did say, you know, because she was blackout drunk, she can't remember a lot of it, but, you know, anything that she did, she likes to take accountability for, and whatever. Now, you, Eli, had made the point to me yesterday, is that, like, that doesn't seem too far off from what Heavenly was doing, right? And yet, she didn't get talked about nearly as much as Heavenly. And I made the point, one of the points, that, well, I have seen people come at Alice for doing so. Some people did mention the apology. But I was also really searching for what Heavenly was doing, because he was the main culprit for multiple people, whereas this one person only had the altercation of Alice, right? So, most things I would be looking at would be about Heavenly. But there's also the part where, right, and that's unfortunate because, once again, sexes and gender has to come into play, is because she's a woman. I do think it comes into play a little bit. But then it's also because Alice has a smaller, like, foundation, right? She's not as big as any other people.
And that's one of the points I made to you the other day. Heavenly is already hated. So, it ain't really no thing for the people who hate him to hate him even more than they already hate him for doing what he is wrong for doing. Well, I'm not gonna say he did it, but what he's being accused of is a rightful reason to dislike him. So yeah. So then you have that, and then Long Beach Griffey. He came in and he made a video. Long Beach Griffey was not W-Mans with this video.
And then long before that, when Heavenly was on stream, right? He
before this
Griffey, and Griffey was telling him, like, man, get off the live, man, just get off Twitch, don't do it, because he knew it was going to be wrong. And Griffey said he talked to him about it offline. He said he chewed him out because this is freaking stupid. But
he said you cannot do that and act on emotion.
Yeah, he literally said that to him. But then, not even a couple hours after, like, a lot of these things, he goes ahead and then like he went live on Twitter.
Yeah, he did this
yesterday, like morning or spaces. It was like yesterday morning or in the afternoon. Like, we're in New York, so ton differences. And he was going on about, like, he confirmed that the both of them were very heavily flirtatious.
Not even that, Curry. Not even that. Because we gotta talk about where he started. Where he started as he was in the spaces. He had like one sentence saying that he's gonna talk about the situation that got him frustrated, and he said, "These bitches." I was like, Griffey, why? No, that was in the beginning of the spaces. That was in the beginning. Cause that's what it's like. Why would you say that, Griffey? Like, know your audience. Westside Live said this. Know your audience. You know what people's in trouble for. You know who's here to listen to you. Even if these people hate you, they're here. All right, they're fine. They're here to hate on you with everything you said. And then you said these bitches. Why would you call them that? Why would you call? You trying to make a point? Why would you call them bitches in the beginning off rip? It's not the place to start. It's just not the place to start. But go ahead.
And then, because a lot of what this person was talking about, right? The person made the tweet longer was that, like, she was already a fan of Heavenly, and all this took place like 2019, by the way. We didn't even say like when.
Oh yeah, that's happened. Right. Yeah, right. She was 18, and I forgot how old Heavenly was. Time. Yeah, and a lot of it took place in
like
2019.
mid 20s. I want to say like 25, 28, one of those things. I don't know. And mind you, she had a boyfriend at the time, so who she claimed was a very complicated relationship, right? But what it all started out, right? Like, she was already following Heavenly, right? Because she was a fan of Heavenly. And somewhere down the line, in 2019, he follows her back. And of course, as a fan, you're gonna be excited when somebody you look up to follows you back on Twitter. Like I know I would, right? But off rip, she has said that like what they were doing was a heavily flirtatious relationship on both ends, and it led to like when they were going to Anime NYC of 2019, like she visited him, he visited her, mind you, a few other people around, but they would continue to be heavily flirtatious. However, when he would present himself, trying to be more physical with her, she would, back up, be like, no, because of the boyfriend that she had, right? Now,
this is what she said in her words.
Already, like, me personally, right? And we talked about this, like, off stream quite a few times. Me personally, flirting is not cheating, but it leads to potential cheating. And the fact that you had
just to be clear, I disagree with that statement.
Yeah, he disagrees. But me personally, I don't think flirting is cheating. But considering the circumstances, right? Like the flirting eventually leads to things, unless, because I already made the point, people are just naturally flirtatious, meaning like it doesn't have to lead anywhere. But in this particular case, it's like you let the man on, because she then later on explained to herself that if her and her boyfriend, if, mind you, in quotations, they got rid of it, they broke up, then she would have Heavenly right there.
Oh, no, not even just that. Let's clarify that. She says she was essentially keeping Heavenly as her side piece, just in case her boyfriend didn't work out.
That's
like, so she was keeping him in
said.
the tuck. You said she would have him there, but I was like, this whole time she's been keeping him in the tuck.
Oh yeah. I think that's probably just like.
You know what? That is probably what you just said right there.
I think he was just trying to elaborate on it a bit more.
I was, but now I'm thinking about if it was necessary after I said it. So yeah. But go ahead, Kyrie.
So like off rip, that's already not good, And of course, like in retrospect, it's definitely not worse than what happened to her. Like none of that should have ever happened. But you already put yourself in a position that you don't look the best, right? Which is why Griffey, on the Spaces, was confirming how flirtatious they were, and he thought that, this was going to be Heavenly's new girl. But then Griffey said something that just made everybody look at him and go like, yeah, you're done now. Like, actually cancel him. And that's like, I don't know the exact quote, but it was essentially...
We have to hold these victims accountable. That's exactly what he said.
Victims accountable. And that's... like, it makes it worse because he himself has said like a handful of times, if not more, we gotta believe victims, we gotta hear them out, But then, you not only call these people like bitches, but then you say, hold her accountable. It's like, she got harassed.
And then not only that, you're saying it while like, you're the only one who has context behind what happened that could possibly explain where everything went wrong. Nobody else on the internet has that context. So now you sound even more crazier saying it when, even if you know, nobody else knows.
Like, talk about not being able to read the room. It's like...
Oh no, he definitely was able to read the room. He still just said what he said.
No. Because you want to know how I know he couldn't read the room? Because yes, this is what Griffey does, because he don't really pull punches, but he wasn't ready to handle anything himself because he broke down crying during the Spaces. And it's valid for him to be...
Yeah,
yes,
he was crying. He was crying in the Spaces.
Like, it was stressing him out too. Like he then eventually
So
later
like him
that
and
day,
Heavenly is essentially best friends, and now he's watching
yeah.
his best friend go through the situation he's going through.
Like he was telling Heavenly like, man, you doing charging this emotionally. Like he wasn't ready to handle this thing either. Like he was not ready to do any of this. And Afro was listening in too. Like Afro Central was, and I was watching the video because somebody had like screen recorded it. He was part of the listeners because he wanted to give Griffey a chance. You know, like see, he even checked up on Griffey. He said, you know, if that's true, I'm gonna choose to believe Afro Central in this case. He's like, man, I think it's a good idea. Maybe we should just calm down or whatever. But Griffey's like, nah, man, I'm gonna do it anyway. It's on my chest. Understandable, but like, he jumped the gun on a lot of stuff. It's he dug his own grave at that point in time because mind you, if your friend, and let's not even talk about admitting to anything right yet, like if your friend, right, was in a position like Heavenly where he was getting pushed all these things, right, of course, like as a friend you would not want to believe it. Like you're gonna want to talk to them and be like, hey yo bro, what's the support. Now, put in the variable that he admit doing these things. If you're standing up for that, you already look bad. Like, very bad. So how do you think Griffey gonna look? Not belittling these victims, right? Something should be held accountable, right? Just saying everybody else is trash, not knowing anything, and then defend the person who did the bad thing.
So I see why this looks really bad now. Okay. I see.
And not only that, on top of that, he admitted that Heavenly did some of the things that weren't okay.
And then he's gonna try and condone it by saying he doesn't understand body language. Like, you cannot understand body language. That's the thing. However, if you repeatedly are seeing somebody, you know, back up or shrug it off or, you know, get away from a kiss or a hug or whatever, how do you not get the clue? You are a grown man. And to my knowledge, not with a disability of some sort that would impair the judgment. So it's like, how do you not know to stop? It's dumb. And you're black too. Like, I don't want to bring race into this, but like, it's a very real thing, so I have to bring it up. Like, you cannot possibly think it's a great idea, or even a good idea, to persist in a manner that puts you in this position.
Bro, we all seen what happened to Kobe Bryant.
Like, you're famous at that makes it 8 billion times worse. People look up to you for a reason. It's why more freaks are out here anyway. Some don't know what to do, but then some people want to emulate these things. It's not helping anybody.
Man,
all this very well said, Kyrie.
So like, and then after that, you got Griffey did the spaces. He talked what he talked. He literally made the situation worse, as is. And then,
do you think that video, like, do you think it was bad enough that he took the video down?
No, because we're not even at the video yet. We're not even at the video yet.
Not?
The spaces was before the video.
Are you serious? Oh shit.
Yes. I was dead ass.
Because he made the spaces like earlier that day, and then in the in the evening, late afternoon, like in the evening, that video on YouTube went live.
Not just YouTube and Twitter.
Oh, and Twitter. So now it's like you make these statements, you know. We have all these pieces together, and then you proceed.
All right, Rampage.
Not even half a day later, not even half a day, or a quarter of a day, you put out a video that directly correlates with this ongoing drama for comedy. You gotta wonder where the judgment is at here.
Yeah.
It's like,
and it's crazy
what poor timing.
Griffey himself does not seem like he's unintelligent. Like, he seems like he's very intelligent. intelligent person. So I wonder what made him think like this was very correct to do. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy
And,
part is,
and we talk about this one. I don't want to cut you off, Eli. We even talk about this one because remember, I told you he uploaded another video today, right? Just a couple hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the gay bars videos, right? And it was amongst my favorite riffing videos because they're freaking hilarious. And I'm like, why are you posting this right now? Hey, come on, man.
Yeah.
And then I was watching the video. Off rip, he makes a reference to him being canceled. And I'm like, this is a classic Griffey because he's gonna make comedy out of whatever dramatic situation. I'm just like, come on, bro, we read the room. And in regards to me hooking up with Griffey, the thought did cross my mind to unfollow him, right? Because I don't know if I can follow somebody who condones the actions of somebody trying to harass somebody in that manner, right? I don't bet for sexual harassers.
Well, see, I
was wondering about it, right? And I'm like, let me keep tabs on these people to see more updates, right? Because again, I don't know full stories. So let me not jump the gun and be anywhere like the people who came at Griffey, even though, right, the person who made the tweet longer, right, she did say Griffey not involved at all, right? People were really attacking Griffey for, like, literally the strangest of reasons.
Yeah,
so
that
like,
was
let me not
crazy. He wasn't even
like
involved in it or mentioned, so that part was crazy on its own.
Yeah. Like, I think I'm a very fair person. I'm just trying to, like, see where this entire situation goes and make my judgment then.
Maybe I can elaborate on that. I'm not saying this to persuade anybody's judgment on the situation or defend anybody or anything like that. I'm just gonna say what I know and what I've seen, and that is Griffey today put up a video explaining his position on the situation, how he felt. Like I said, I'm not making excuses or defending anybody. I'm just saying what I've seen, and I'm really just relaying it back to y'all like it's a story it's a story. So now what he said in his video was that he didn't condone the actions, and that he held Heavenly responsible. And this is the crazy part about it, is because, like, he says that Heavenly is a pushy person. He said Heavenly's bad at reading social cues and that Heavenly's a pushy person, and like that's how he is. And he's like, and yet he literally says, he's like, yes, that bothers people, and it even bothers me sometimes because I don't like that feeling. But he's like, I let him know. And he's like, when it comes to all the stuff that happened, he's seen Heavenly. He's like, he holds Heavenly accountable and all that stuff. And so, and he's like, and then he proceeds to say that he holds him accountable and all that stuff, right? So he says now, but he explains what happens. I'm just saying he explains what happened because we don't have any other everybody's side of the story besides Heavenly and the girls that happened and Griffey. So I'm not gonna say he explains what happened. He says from his side of the story, or from what he knows and what he's seen, that the situation with the first girl, he said it didn't even happen because she wasn't there. And again, I don't know how true or untrue that is, but what he said is that the girl wasn't even there, so her story doesn't even make sense, is what he said. He said the situation with the second girl, and like this is also where you get into a dicey topic. He says him and the second girl, Heavenly and the second girl were talking, and they were talking pretty heavily, and as what was being said, heavily flirting, all that and whatnot. So he proceeds to then say that now that when they met up in person and at the party during the time, everybody was drunk and whatnot. He said nobody was forcing her to drink. She drank of her own volition, which, I mean, either way, like, and this is why I don't be messing with underage people, bro. It's too much trouble. Like, I'm not keeping track of nobody. I just ain't messing with no. I don't care if you're 18 or not. I'm just ain't messing with no underage girls, and I ain't messing with no underage and alcohol girl. Now to clarify again, the girl wasn't underage; she was 18, but she was under the age of legal drinking. And that's what I mean by I ain't messing with no underage girl, because I ain't gonna be involved with nobody who's under the legal age of drinking and have alcohol around. I'm not putting myself in that situation, and that's something right there which is so stupid to me. Why put yourself in that situation, nigga? We out here getting shot for shit we didn't do, and you put yourself in a situation where you're with a girl who's below the legal age of drinking, and you got her environment where drinking is involved. Why would you do that? That's just so stupid to me. Nah, bro. I literally couldn't. Literally because of shit like this, I fucking would never. And like, I would never willingly do it. If I know she 18, bro. First of all, I ain't even talking to no girls. I'll say this, cause I have no problem with saying it. I'm 23. I ain't talking to no girl that's 18. She too young for me. I ain't talking to no girl that's 18. I literally had a conversation with my friends the other day. We was talking about, is it okay for a 23-year-old to even talk to a 19-year-old? Some said yes, some said no. But at the end of the day, I would still choose to leave it alone for the most part. Because, like, I drink and I go out drinking with people, and I'm not bringing any. You're under 21. I'm not bringing you in that environment. There's no fucking way. I'm not going to jail for nobody for any reason. So like, there's that, and so he says that like it wasn't just Griffey says that it wasn't just Heavenly on the girl. They were both all on each other, and they were both getting frisky and going at it with each other. And so, like I said, I'm not there, so I don't know who did what and when and where. But like, you know, this is Griffey's words, and this is what he said. So I don't know how much weight to hold. I know people don't like Griffey, so even if I say this is what he said, it would be like, why would I care what that nigga gotta say? Look, that's on you. I'm just relaying the information, okay? So that's what he said had happened, and so he said they were both on each other that night. Now, what Griffey went into, I don't agree with, and is a fine line. Because he says that if she was, first of all, that they were both on each other at the party, and that, like, he goes on to say if she was uncomfortable, she should have said something, and she should have made it clear, and that, like, when, other people had went out for the rest of the night, she chose to go out with everybody for the rest of the night, specifically to hang out with Heavenly, because she was there to see Heavenly and be around and meet Heavenly. He said that she didn't go back to her Airbnb, and she, for the rest of the night, she said she came and went out with people the next day. I personally do not agree with that sentiment. Yes, I feel like if you are uncomfortable in a situation, if a man or a woman, whether you're a man or a woman, or a they, if somebody is making you uncomfortable, speak out about it. I have been in situations where I thought me and the woman was on a level, and she made it clear to me we was not on that level, and I did not press any forward after that because it was made clear. But at the same time, in this instance, Heavenly was who he is. He is within a space around a bunch of content creators. He has a level of influence. He is up there in a status compared to her. So it is easily understandable to not just understand for her, but for a woman and overall aspect. Because it's not even like it's just this situation here that's in. You hear about Hollywood parties and stuff like that. When you are in a position of power, it is not easy for somebody who is not to tell you no. Because it's perfectly natural for a woman to be nervous. They shouldn't have to feel this way. But it's understandable how a woman will be nervous if a nigga goes and starts to tell all his friends about how she was being weird and whatnot. I have to be nervous about him telling a bunch of other false things because he's in that place, which could lead to her being blackballed out of a certain community, which I guess you could consider the content creator / anime community. It was understandable if she was too nervous to have spoken out against that. So I do say I do not agree with that sentiment. Somebody makes you uncomfortable, yes, you should say no, but it's understandable when somebody's in a position of power why women will not directly say no. You don't know what that nigga can do. It's been shown time and time again that even when a woman says no, niggas do not take it as no. And niggas will, even if they say they understand they will go and tell other people shit that wasn't true about you. So I understand why she would be afraid to say no to him. But Griffey does say in defense of Heavenly that, like, actually I don't even know at that point, but like he says Heavenly is not that kind of person. He says like Heavenly, yes, is pushy, but he's like, if you make it clear, but like that's the thing about it, is like, all right, you know he's a pushy person, but then you can't go and say if she wanted to she could say no. You literally just said he's the type of person where if you tell him no, he stops fucking with you. He immediately just stops fucking with you, or like he pushes you to go do certain things, and not like, so like you can't in the same sentence say that she could have just said no. It's clearly not entirely the case. Like if she said no to him, then it sounds like, well, he would stop fucking with her. Now if he stops just fucking with her and people just find out and it just looks bad on her, what do you expect her to do? She don't hold that kind of weight. So that's why I say I can't agree with what Griffey said in that aspect for that second situation. Any thoughts on that?
So far, no.
Nah.
I'm just very silent because like this is the situation that I'm just learning about.
Right. And then for the third accusation, this one, it's weird, and I really have to see how things. Yes.
Okay, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll probably end soon though.
And like the third situation, I really would have to see what comes of it, because now what Griffey said with the third situation is that, like, he said he was talking to this girl and she was some Latin chick on TikTok, and he went to Griffey had seen the Instagram and whatnot, and Heavenly had told him about the DMs that Heavenly was having with the chick who gave the third allegation, and that she was explicitly saying, oh, when they met up, she wanted to have intercourse with him and all that kind of stuff. And as to Griffey's explanation on what had happened, he said nothing happened between them because Heavenly did something and she was upset, so nothing ever happened between them, and that she actually ended up leaving with somebody else.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
So,
yo, Justin, mute your mic. Mute your mic. Justin, mute your mic. Mute your mic.
so essentially, like I said, I don't know if his mic is on for that to have been recorded anyway. But essentially, oh yeah, so she left Heavenly and she went to literally go meet another guy, and apparently Heavenly had paid for her to get flown out, so he paid for her ticket for her to come and go, and he canceled her ticket to go. So according to Griffey's explanation, that's why she came out with her false allegations, because she's upset that the nigga canceled her ticket to get back, because she went with some other nigga. But as I said, these are from what Griffey explained, so I don't know if they are true. I don't have screenshots, I don't have video evidence, I don't have audio recording. I'm just relaying the information from what I've heard, because literally with all of this, even the girls who threw the allegations, not downplaying or saying that what they said happened didn't happen, out of everybody, I only have people's words. I have not seen any physical or digital evidence that proves that what anybody in the situation has said is true. So yeah. But I think there's a lot to be learned from this situation.
Very much so.
I'm not even gonna say if you're a person in influence or power. As a nigga, as a man, as a human being, let me not say man, because women can do this too. So as a human being, consent is if she verbally says yes to you in person. Even if she says she would want to have sex through text message, bro, if she didn't say it in person to your face within the past 30 to 45 seconds,
Yeah.
it's
A
not
lot can
consent.
happen in between time.
Listen, I'm not including that. I'm just saying off on the surface level. Cause me personally, I always said, and like Kyrie, you know I've said this. If I ever had influence or is famous or well known, for every woman that I could possibly plan to have sex with, oh, I am getting an audio recording saying that they consented to sex at this time on this date. I mean, well, that's time and date. But like for real, cause like, I'm not finding myself in no scandal for nobody. I seen too many people. I seen too many people who was guilty of doing it, and too many people who are innocent of doing it get involved. I'm not risking my life. I'm not
Like,
risking my well-being.
I refuse to be another statistic. I can't.
That too. Again, we black. Kobe Bryant, like R.I.P. God rest his soul. We all know what happened to Kobe Bryant. Nobody really believes Kobe Bryant do it except for white people in the media. Like that's the only people. We all know Kobe was innocent, but he got caught up. He got caught by some girl over a situation he shouldn't even be in. Same could be said for Tupac.
Like it's just a matter of like keep to yourself, man. It's like and I get it. Like there are times you want to have some spontaneity. You want to do something. It's like, but that's really only valid if there was some pre-existing like real relationship. Like husband and wives be doing that. People who've been dating for like a minute be doing that. Like you can't just pull up and fully expect to just get into it. It's like there has to be something here. Like these days, you have to have something. Unless you just got it like that, like some fuckboy. But
like even off a text.
Cases.
Like don't go. Even if she say it on text, don't go off a text, bro. Because that's another thing too. Like people will act different in person than you thought a person was online. So
Yeah,
like,
that's facts.
You should never assume somebody's on the same type of energy when you meet them in person.
And even if they keep the same energy, a lot can happen in between them sending you that text and you traveling over there.
Don't God.
You gotta get that confirmation. You need the PIN number.
Bro, I need a
signing.
signed contract. Exactly. I need that contract. Alright, that contract says on this night, on this day. That's what we agreed to, bro. I ain't doing nothing without audio recording, bro. I refuse. I seen too many black people get involved and get caught up. Like, and then like that was the other thing too, Kyrie, is that like Heavenly has seen other people get caught up in other situations, people that he knew. So it's like him and Griffey are both people who have been on the internet and have seen this shit happen. It's like, bro, how are you both in this platform and seen this shit, and you made like every mistake possible that you could make? Like how? So like, keep your hands to yourself. Unless she says yes in person, it's not consent. Even if she does, get it signed in blood. Like, like, or me, like, bruh, like, don't get yourself caught up. I know I say she because I'm a guy and I'm straight, but she or he. It doesn't matter who you're attracted to, because anybody's capable of lying. I'm not saying that the girls in this who threw out these allegations did lie, but for the benefit of other people who are sensible and sane enough on how to go about interacting with people in real life, anybody can lie, whether it be male, female, or they, or change their mind. You don't know.
I want to say this, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but and even if say like say if their story there's some truth to their story and merit to it, they have the complete power to even exaggerate details, and people can't believe it. People will believe it. Even so, it's like you don't even want to put yourself in a position like that to begin with, because like even if it's something small, they can make it into something real big in an instant.
Like in the word of Denzel Washington himself, right? Like the guy. In today's climate, it's not about who has the right news. It's about who gets it out there first. Whoever put the news out there first is what's going to get flocked to. Because then all that's going to spread, and even if there wasn't even an ounce of accuracy in there, that is what's in your head.
It's not what is in your head, it's out in the world, it's out in the net. There's like there are certain things, like even if it's not true, it's gonna be damn near impossible to get rid of.
It's facts. And that's just literally how it be. That's just this day and age we live in. So
because it's not just people. It could be content. It could be internet personalities, creators, just taking stances on a story they won't know about, or present it in a way that is not entirely true, or even like articles. Sometimes there are articles out there that don't tell the accurate story, and people sort of read this and just run away with it.
Oh, to this day, headlines are meant to attract attention. People will read a headline and never read what the article is about. And the article will contradict what was in the headline, but they read the headline, that was all they needed to run with it. So, hey, keep your hands to yourself, alright? Get audible consent in person, not over text, not online, in person, okay? And thirdly, follow and subscribe. Like, what you doing? Like, get on board. Hey, we are grinding on this. We gonna get to a level where this blows up. We have faith. We gonna believe, cause God knows none of us want to work a 9 to 5, cause it limits who we are.
And plus, everything has a start to it. Everything has to start from somewhere, right?
Yep. So if you're watching it on YouTube, like and subscribe to the video. If you're watching it here live on Twitch, yo, follow. I'm not gonna say subscribe, but follow. Keep up with us. You know what I'm saying? Tune in every week, Friday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. You know what I'm saying? East Coast. You know what I'm saying? New York, Eastern. Atlanta, Virginia, all that, Florida, even Wild State. You know what I'm saying? So with that, we wrapping up the podcast. Anybody got something to say? Goodbye. And we're gonna have messed me up because I literally gotta type out EST and it's permanently in my brain now. So go ahead,
and who knows? We may have future other stuff in the works. You never know.
Hey, so when this come up, he's spitting facts. When this come up, we gonna have future stuff in the works. We got ideas. We just ain't acting on them because we not there yet. You know what I'm saying? We got bridges we gotta cross before we get to these ideas that we have. You know what I'm saying?
You wanna know why we ain't there yet? It's your fault. Share it.
That's facts. Hey, that's facts. Share the broadcast, share the video. Hey, share it with your peoples. You know, so like, hey, tell them, hey, these niggas be spitting. These niggas is lit. You know why? Cause we Nobodies from NYC. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's not the name. It's Nobodies from New York. Hey, so have a good night. Stay blessed. Be better people. Be better people. I'm gonna leave right here. Be better people.
Just be a person. Mind your own business.
Be a better person and be sensible.
Hey, do unto others as they will do unto you. Can I get an amen?
I'm not religious, so I ain't gonna
hey, yeah, be religious. We ended it. Ah.